Wow. Hey guys, it's me, Roswell. I'm uh, I'm broadcasting live from Hurricane Milton here. I'm at this is Tampa. No, none of this is funny. None of this is funny because it's gonna be bad, dude. It's gonna be really bad. There's nothing I can do to stop it, right? Once again, here I am. Let me just say, right? I've watched a lot of TikToks about this, people who are actually in the area, a lot, and it's I'm crying inside at how bad it's going to be. And knowing that this is intentional is the hard part. That's the hard part for me. That's the part that'll make you, when you know too much, you you start drinking. Just kidding, it's a joke. It's almost 9 a.m. I can have a beer. A week from now, there's nothing I can do to change what's happening. I can't help anybody. You follow me? Everything that could be done has been done. For most of us, worrying about it, we can have empathy for these people and have some worry, but you can't worry about things that you have no control over. And right now, I got no control over Milton, why it's rolling out like it is, or helping out the people there. Morning, Ellie. It is beer o'clock. So I'm here. I'm here in Colorado. I don't care about storm surge. You get me? I worry. The only storm surge I worry about is, you know, polar shift, that kind of thing, magnetic pole shift. Other than that, I feel like I'm pretty good here. This is a safe part of it. I don't even really worry about tornadoes here. But the people down there watching all of these videos come up, they're like, I can't leave because I don't have money. The roads are all blocked. There are reports of electric cars all just not functioning. There are cars saying they can't find the keys. You know what I mean? Like the person cannot operate their car. Hey, Godspeed to you, Ellie. Godspeed to you. And so like I did this. If you the best video that you could watch, go to Surviving the Fuckery. It's Phuckery. She put up a video last night, and it's got like 40-50 minutes. I was about halfway through, and I'm just freaking out because it's mostly individuals, TikToks, Facebook, Instagram, and they're saying why they can't leave. And some of these people, I look at them and I'm like, yeah, this is that's a poor black guy right there, man. He's in his apartment. He's like, I'm on the first floor, and I think he kind of reminded me a little bit like a Chris Tucker type character, that sort of. He's like, I'm on the first floor, and my porch gets flooding even with regular rain, but I think I'm going to be okay on this. And I'm just like, I'm looking at this 150 mile an hour wind. I'm looking at the storm surge from Helene, and like knowing what's going on here. Like this is, I'm not saying this is punishment for Florida deciding to hold an independent investigation by holding the guy, whatever his name was, that tried to take the shot on the golf course. I'm not saying that's it. I'm not saying it's because Florida's standing up and they're super MAGA. No, it's not. It's not politically targeted. It's not. It's not. But these people, like that one guy, he's all I'm thinking about is a week from now. Okay. Because like about a week after, like we're starting to get the dirty, like the corpses that are piling up in North Carolina, the stench. People are talking about stench. You know what I mean? It's bad. It's really bad there. And There's been a lot of chat regarding the weather modifications again, and like everybody knows that it goes on some level. It's not a mystery. Farmers have been modifying the weather for their farm with cannons and silver oxide pellets or whatever they would shoot into the atmosphere to try to make it rain. Farmers have been doing that since, is it 1900s, late 1800s? I don't know, man. It's not modifying the weather. Attempting to do it is not. It's not absurd, and we've done it throughout history. In Vietnam, right? The CIA was involved with trying to like seed the clouds there. The same setup, trying to flood out the Ho Chi Minh Trail, make reinforcements tough. We did it. We did it. And then you've seen God, in the 80s, they were telling, or it was the late 80s, 90s, they were telling me I was crazy for asking why they were spraying in the sky. But then 10, 20 years later, Greyhound closing. I think 20 years later, we're seeing the patents online for aerosol spraying particulate matter in the atmosphere for global dimming. There's patents. There's patents available. So I found personally in Colorado here, I looked up weather, spraying, increased rain, something, and I found a company in Wyoming. Okay, a small company in Wyoming ran planes fitted with canisters that would shoot silver oxide out. And their customer was like municipalities and things that wanted to increase rainfall. Okay, that makes sense, man. You want to increase the rainfall? You have this thing. It's something tried, but to pretend it doesn't exist, and then the concepts of Operation Cirrus in the 40s, where they dropped dry ice, like 170 pounds of dry ice, into the center of some hurricane. Watch the video with Surviving the Fuckery, and these are things that are uh, just sort of out there, and people know. If you tune into it, you're aware of it, right? So I don't know, man. The everybody has this hinky vibe. There is this mass vibe. I don't know, this mass psychosis, mass uh, hysteria, mass delusion, or something that Milton is supernatural, that it's hinky, that there's something that's not right about it, bad energy, and like they've talked about being able to steer hurricanes forever, trying to use microwave pulses or dry ice or different ways, even like dropping bombs into them, right, to disrupt them, and the weird patterns of some hurricanes that just change direction for no reason. Odd things like this. John Milton, wasn't he the author who wrote Paradise Lost? This is Hurricane Milton. It's going right into beautiful Florida, right? Tampa. It's beautiful. On the coast, all that sunshine. The whole state's about to get fucking run over with water. I'm not sure what we could do about this. There's this simulation online of what would happen if a Category 5 hit Tampa, and this was done before this. This was done a long time ago, and I think that I don't know. It was done like a couple of years ago or after the last one. It's a full-on Category 5 like video scenario with damage pictures and newscast, and just like it's really fucking freaky. It's spooky to think that that's where we might be at here, and I can pray and send well wishes out to everybody that's in the area, regardless of what they look like or who they like to go to bed with or what they feel about politics. It's scary what's going to happen, and the shortages that are going on in the area, man, for any kind of supplies. We got the government trying to help with the last disaster. Okay, I've seen like clips of the National Guard that are going down, and like the private volunteers, people that are independently trying to help a neighbor, and being told by different things, you can't go in there, you can't fly in there, you can't help people. Now, government's main priority is to keep people safe. But if somebody wants to risk their own life and go out and try to help another human being, the government should not be fucking standing in the way of that effort. The government should be trying to assist in that effort. That's what the government should be doing. They shouldn't be at this time, at this moment of crisis. They should not. Nobody here should be feeling the boot of the government on their back in the face of disaster. Now, I know we want to keep people from looting. We want to set up areas, and so government exists, and it still does these things. But to say that you can't go in with your Cajun Army, your Cajun Navy, your Air Force, if you got a helicopter, you know what I mean? Maybe they'll end up becoming somebody else that needs to get rescued. So what? It doesn't matter. The government shouldn't care. The government should not care. And all these people that are trying to help their neighbors survive, we're just now starting to get the news out of North Carolina, and it's thousands dead, and it's going to be more. It's going to be more. And I wish that the people that are running FEMA could pull their head out of their ass as fast as possible and reconcile what they're doing. Like they shipped a whole like electric chainsaws to an area that has no power. Hi. What fucktard is in charge of FEMA right now? Remove all of them. Remove all of them immediately. Put somebody else that's competent in there. I'm not saying this is all being done on purpose, but there was like a video, I don't know, a couple years ago, that was talking about FEMA running out of money. It was a House of Cards with Kevin Spacey. When the hurricane deal, and FEMA was out of money because they were spending it on something else. It wasn't immigrant, but there was something else. And the one that was coming, the hurricane that was coming, was going to cost 4 times what they had. And that's kind of like almost where we're at. How mad are you, America, that we send hundreds of billions to Ukraine to keep their pensioners going, to keep them fighting a hopeless battle that we helped them foment? Come on, man. Versus Russia. We're spending all that money there. You're here and you're dead. Your family's dead, and they can lobby for $750. But they could just file online, just apply online. Fucking nobody's got. They got electric chainsaws and they got no internet. What is my government doing here? They got no money for the people. This is why. Man, everybody wake the fuck up. Everybody wake up. This is why we need... Could hundreds of billions be used right now to take care of people? Why are we... We can't even take care of our own people here satisfactorily, and then we're letting in tens of millions more? And then the price of hotel rooms in New York is $300 now. In Manhattan, I guess $300 a night. It's always been pricey, but 1 out of every 5 hotels in New York City is like housing immigrants, legal, illegal, I don't know, whatever. We're paying for all that? We're paying $300 a night to put up per room? Holy fuck, dude! Could we get $50 and a Motel 6 for anybody in North Carolina right now? Can we do that? No, we can't do that. Okay. But we can spend $300 a night in Manhattan for 1 out of every 5 hotel rooms in the whole fucking city is for people who jumped line, who came here. Oh, dude. It's all connected, but it's disparate. They're separate. It's we're misusing treasury. We're misusing energy. We're misusing our goodwill and our name. I don't control any of this, so I can't. So John Milton, Paradise Lost, right? Florida is about to become Paradise Lost due to Milton. I just want a game. I don't want to think about this no more. I can't. I can't. This is what it's like, right? For a lot of people. There was reports of people on the third floor, some hospital. The storm surges up to the second floor. I don't know. When is Milton due to hit? Today? Tonight? And I'm thinking about that week from now. When this hits, damage is done. We're going to see some stuff, man. I bet you some motherfuckers are going to be live streaming this. I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. And they're going to live stream until the internet cuts out, right? Until the power's gone. We won't see them die. We won't see the storm surge. We're just going to, up until the power gets cut. There's going to probably be a lot of that. It's like when we're seeing all of the influencers from social media now, 2-3 years after the COOF, process there, how they're all suddenly just departing the earth suddenly. We go back on their social media and they're bragging about their third booster. We have no idea how it happened. I'm not sure. I was watching a little bit of my normal morning viewing. A little bit of. I always check Mark Dice. My Trump shirt's on the way, by the way. Dodging the bullets. It looks weak. It's kind of lame. But I'm just every single day him, Salty Cracker, right? Benny's in the mix. I like Anthony Brian Logan. I like him a lot. He puts on a nice program. He's a patriot, and he has a nice take. He's got his he puts regular content. If you don't know Anthony Brian Logan, you should look him up. He's an okay fellow, man. I will sit down, and before I would tune into something on CNN, I would rather tune in to my buddy. He's not my buddy, but I think of him. My buddy Anthony Brian Logan. I want to watch him run that clip. I want to hear his commentary on it. I appreciate his perspective. And just going through the feed this morning was bad, and then I started to watch that Surviving the Fuckery clip. And it's I don't know, the rest of us we're all going to be fine, right? But there's a world of hurt that's coming for millions. Even if this hits Florida, right, they're going to get dent. But Mississippi and Georgia, and they're going to get the rain bands. And the grounds are already saturated. Rivers are already at capacity. I used to live in California, and at one point I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Early 2000s. Well, before stuff started going really bad, I could see the writing on the wall. So it's equity. We left, came up to Colorado, but I was looking at the map, where to go in the world. Man, I could do anything. What the job I had, I was going to be able to work from home and do travel, business travel, but work from home. I could pretty much be in almost anywhere. Just give me a good internet connection. And I was looking at America, right? Going to stay in America here. I'm done with earthquakes. Dealt with earthquakes for 39 years. I'm not going to deal with earthquakes no more. So West Coast is out. Okay. Looking at the East Coast. What's going on right now is why the fuck I didn't pick anywhere on the East Coast. Okay. Doesn't matter North Carolina. Doesn't matter, East Coast. Hurricanes. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. South of the United States, it's too fucking hot. Can't live there. North, it's too cold. Shit. We got in the heartlands, the central, right? Tornado alley. Can't live anywhere there's tornadoes. I zoned in on like Colorado. The closer you get to the mountains area, like the further east from the Rocky Mountains, the more chance of tornado. Now, they had a tornado up in the hills, up in the mountains here a while ago. When we first moved here, we had a pretty good one. That was, 20 miles away. Winds got to be 60 miles an hour here, 50 miles an hour. It was kind of scary, But it still feels safe, man. It still feels safe here compared to fucking earthquakes and tornadoes. I'm not sure, or hurricanes, and I'm not sure which is like hurricanes. You have warning. We see them brewing. The technology exists now. We can give people days notice, right? And the smart people get out early. The people that wait and then finally get scared, they're creating their own worst scenario because they wait till they're super afraid and then they go and then they're stuck on the road with everybody else and there's no supplies and they didn't. So I don't know. Man. I'm just like, I'm going to tune out of everything political and Milton related here. Take a drive. That's what I'm going to do. Probably about an hour from now, we'll go and take a drive through non-stormy Colorado here and go conduct some business. And I think when I come back, I'm going to tune in again, and everybody's got this bad feeling about this everywhere. And I don't know if it's just people watching each other's feeds and then seeing this and it builds on itself. But it seems like I'm going to wait to let the conspiracy theorists talk about weather modification and if this was steered or if somehow this was didn't we attempt? Was it Cirrus? Maybe it was Cirrus, where we tried to steer or was it in the 60s? We tried to steer a hurricane into Cuba. I swear that was a thing. So Ellie showed up today. Was it Nate? I think showed up yesterday. It's nice. The good thing about the only good thing. Well, there's a good thing about Hurricane Milton. It's not really a good thing for the people that are there. It's not a good thing at all. But it took the focus off Diddy for half a second. We don't have to hear about dildos and lube. Imagining see the reruns of Bieber and all that stuff. That's hard. That's sad enough to think about. If you really stop, it's a funny thing, right? Haha, dildos and lube. Nah, all the people. But you stop for a moment and strip all that away and get in real empathetic mode and realize people are being raped. Does that flag my video because I said that word? People are being abused, hurt. And then who knows what other darker connections. But we don't have to think about that either. We can just think about fish in the ocean. Peaceful, calm waters. When a hurricane goes on, how bad is it underwater? Do you know? If you're in like a sub and you're 200 feet down, is it moving you? If you're 100 feet down, you know what I mean? I know if you're on the water surface, you're experiencing But it's got it like at the bottom of the ocean. It can't be like that.
Container ship. The size of it. All that stuff. Shipped halfway around the world. No wonder company profits are booming. All for nothing. So wasteful.
And I'm not talking about politics. So if you put up a survey on my community page, look at that, comment what you want to see. I got banned from X. Apparently you can't do that on X. Thought you could. But just like here, I'm testing free speech wherever I can. And it definitely doesn't exist in a lot of places. We like to get things. It should. New York City gang attacks governor outside McDonald's. I need to look at that. What is that? See you, Ellie. Take care. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's the people that are running FEMA right now. There's a lot of good things that are happening, okay? A lot of stuff is being executed properly, I would have to say. But the what was the FEMA head where they were talking about like the kid, they're talking about if you're gay, you're more impacted by a hurricane. You're already disadvantaged or impacted because you're gay or you're in the LGBT. What? Dude, we solved the whole LGBT acceptance thing back in the 90s. Will and Grace, come on. This is 30 years later. You guys are still crying? Shut the fuck up. I gotta say that. Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We solved that back then. It's all been good. Go away. Obama, first gay president. Come on. But the video from FEMA with this is like Zoom call of these people, and it was their diversity, their DEI Zoom call. But then they're talking about, the head was saying, we need to, check this out, the quote was something like, we need to get away from the idea of just being utilitarian and distributing the most goods in the most efficient way. That's what we need to stop doing that. And then we need to think about equity. And as soon as they said that, I was like, this is so, again, profane in the Freemasons. It's so horrible. It's like, it's so ugly. It is, you would distribute the goods based on any criteria other than the most people that we can help. That should be FEMA's goal, is only how can we help the most people in the biggest way, right? And if that's not the mission charter, then we got a problem, because it should be completely utilitarian. It should be colorblind. It should be trying to get to the most. It shouldn't say, well, this is we have one more crew to send out to help. And then we've got the country club, and then we've got the boroughs or whatever. You know, the suburbs or the ghetto. Where do we send it? Well, we'll send it because they're black. We're going to send it because they're poor. We're going to send it. Honestly, that should never enter into the equation. That's racist, dude. You know, if we did anything, if we did anything like that, I would just say based on, I don't know. It's horrible to think property values, like we want to help more poor people. The rich people, honestly, if you stop to think about it a little bit, I'm a little bit on board with this. They've got the means, man. To have boarded up their villa and gotten on their boat or, you know, put the airplane fare, you know, on their Visa, their gold card. Come on. But the whole concept originally of changing it from not being utilitarian and trying to help the most people possible, that seems wrong to me. Because when it comes right down to it, I don't want to make that choice of it's rich versus poor, or it's the white versus the black, or, you know, that's a bad choice to make. Why don't we just make the choice of the most people that we can support? I'm just stunned, and I'm wishing everybody safe. I think I've run my course on this, so I'm going to terminate here. Wish people of Florida well. Wish people all on the Gulf, and then the continued prayers for North Carolina, dude. It's horrible.